So you sound a little growly. You sound like,
just,
like, hey guys, welcome to the Drunken Ship.
Hey guys, welcome back. Like something like that. If I could just keep it.
That's so funny. We are live, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
I hate how you start it. You'll like it's not like you don't edit anything out. You just keep as soon as you hit that button, it's go. It's on. You don't do.
Sometimes I cut some shit.
There's no bloopers in this. It's dude, you get in the full.
This is the raw.
Actually, hang on. That actually brings up a good point.
Yeah.
What happened to? Do they still do movie bloopers on DVDs? Was it Legendary who started that? Where they just it was the most basic, boring DVD menu because they.
Legendary, I believe company?
Yeah, but when Legendary released a DVD, or whoever owns Legendary,
yeah,
there was a whole. I remember this being a whole thing.
I'm just fiddling. Keep going.
Oh, the sound went out of my headphone.
Okay, how's that?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's
okay.
better.
Did they go out there too?
No, I can still hear it. I was just like, are you going to cut this out?
Oh, yeah. Well, this bit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But Legendary, it was either Legendary or whoever owns Legendary, I can't remember. But when it was a whole thing about when they released DVDs. Because, like, if you remember, DVD menus used to be, like, really interactive.
Yeah, they used to be, like, super animated. They had, like, fucking 700 things.
There was actually, God, I get so sidetracked when I start talking. But for the Scooby-Doo, I think it was either the first one or second one. And here's another sidetrack. It was actually, I found this out the other day. James Gunn directed the first live-action Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that was fucking wild.
I was like, wow, like, look at you. Like, look at how far you've come.
He wanted to make Velma and Daphne be gay.
Really?
The studio wouldn't let him.
That would rule, dude.
Yeah, that would have been pretty sick. I was like, can we talk about how... Another sidetrack. Can we talk about how aggressively hot the lady that played Velma was and still is?
Yeah.
Fucking gorgeous
She was
lady.
in Santa Rita Diet.
Oh, Santa Clarita Diet?
Yeah. I came home one day and Adriana was watching it. Because I would never phantoms like, I'm going to go watch the show. And she was in it. I'm like, yo, that's Daphne. Or not Daphne, that's Velma.
Yeah, she's like, fucking great.
Sheesh. Like,
anyway,
time has been kind to you. Like, it's dead.
That's
crazy. That's dead now.
Yeah, I guess TikTok trends do go like that.
Dude, this is insane.
Don't fucking look at me.
This is insane.
I saw you look from the Diet Coke to the Red Bull.
This is insane. What are you doing?
I'm drinking caffeine.
All right, so if you're not watching this on the YouTube, Bryan is drinking a... So he came in with the sugar-free Red Bull, right?
Yeah, sugar-free Red Bull.
He had that, and I'm like, okay, that must be his coffee for this morning. Boy pulls out the Diet Coke with it.
I was already drinking the Diet Coke.
Dude, they're both open. He's double fisting soda and Red Bull.
Yeah. So I had a rough night.
Jesus, bro. You're going to have a rough few days after this one, too.
I fully expected.
Oh, my God.
Fully expected. Asshole blown out. Anyway, Legendary.
Yeah, Legendary. Like, so they started doing this thing where they just, like, gutted all the DVD menus. Oh, the thing I was going to make about Scooby-Doo, during either the first Scooby-Doo DVD or the second Scooby, I can't remember which one, there was an interactive, like, clue thing.
What?
That you could do. There was hidden stuff in the DVD menus. So there was like 4 or 5 like different sections you can go through, right? Sometimes if you went to a certain panel and then you clicked right, obviously there's nothing on the right. You can only go up and down. There's something highlighted in the corner of it.
Interesting.
And it was these short little video clips of mysteries that you had to find in order. But they were scattered through the DVD menu. I never could figure out where all of them were. I remember finding 2. I think there was a couple more, but it was a whole thing about there was really a missing. Cute. There was a mystery about someone eating a sandwich on set.
Yeah,
and the way you find out through, because I think the original video was in the main menu, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, well, what the hell is this connected to? But if you kind of mess around with the DVD menu, you could find secret videos hidden in the menu.
Oh, it would like highlight like a specific section.
Right, no. So if you went went down middle of the page and then you just hit the right button on your remote, in the corner there would be like something like a mystery sign.
That's cute.
Glowing green, and you're like, wait, how did I just even get over here? It's hidden. You can't see it. They do not do that stuff anymore.
No, they don't.
But that was like one of the coolest interactive like DVD menus that they.
That is a sad. That is a lost artifact of
That's such a
just like entertainment.
I couldn't tell someone in the past about that, and I couldn't tell anyone in the future. It's kind of like just a here and now.
Yeah, it just happened for like 6 years. It just happened when like DVDs would get really interactive and outtakes would be really fun. Like I would like the Rush Hour outtakes. That's
exactly
the best.
That is some of the best outtakes.
The best blooper reel ever.
Yeah, is like Rush Hour.
When I think it's Chris Tucker sister calls him or his mom calls him.
Yeah.
He gives the phone to Jackie Chan. You remember that one? It's like, I said I'll call you when I'm done shooting.
I'm filming. I'm looking Jackie Chan dead in his eye. Call me back. Call me back.
Are you a professional? We are filming. You turn on your phone?
No, you can't speak to Jackie Chan. No. They want to speak to you, Jack.
Hello?
I'm sorry about this.
We are filming right now. You sorry? You waste our film.
And Jackie Chan is just like, give me the phone. And Jackie Chan talks with a family member. It's really funny. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. It's like one of the most popular clips.
And there is also a. Do you remember like director's commentary?
Yeah, those still happen, but those are.
But I mean, like with bare bone DVDs, like
not anymore.
Not anymore.
They put that shit on the Blu-ray now.
Yeah.
Fucking.
There's a crazy one for Anchorman. There's a whole fight that happens during the middle of Anchorman in the director commentary.
Is it staged?
I don't know. It's got to be staged.
Yeah.
But it was the most unhinged, wild stuff I ever heard and I've had to bring this up before.
Yeah. I've never heard it.
But there's it's like Will Ferrell and then I think the director, like I think it's Judd Apatow. They're sitting there in the booth, right, doing it. And then in the middle of the movie, while they're like, just commentarying over it, someone walks into the room and it's some guy from the movie. Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but Will Ferrell and the guy start getting into a fist fight. And it's just over audio.
It's just audio.
Because I got into like when I had like a big stack of DVDs when I was a kid, and I had all these movies, and then I just I would get bored because I didn't really have internet.
Yeah, you lived in bumfuck Virginia.
Yeah, so I would just like pop in a DVD, and then I would just listen to commentary. That's I think awesome. I did it for Fight Club because it was just entertaining.
No wonder you're such a fucking. You have so many references in your brain,
dude. I seriously, when I was a kid, cinephile. Like I watched so many movies, and I have a really weird track record with watching a lot of weird movies in theaters.
Yeah, that surprises me about you because you look like if someone were to look at you, you look like a jock nerd. You look like someone that would bully the nerd, but also is the nerd.
Yeah, I come home and yell at the mirror a lot. Yeah. Dork. Trip myself. Dork.
Give yourself a wedgie in the mirror.
Knock my own Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of my hands.
You fucking nerd.
Like just like I'll be like laying out Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, what am I doing? Pick up a pigskin. Jesus, go outside.
I can't imagine but you do watch a lot of weird shit for somebody that looks like that.
Yeah.
For somebody that looks like
maybe don't judge a book by a cover. Bryan.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I don't know if we would have been friends in high school because I would have been afraid of you in high school.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't look like I did in high school. Because
you were jacked the shit in high school, right?
Yeah, well, my senior year, I was like, I got really into working out, but I was like scrawny, short through pretty much all of high school.
If I saw you in senior year, I'd just be like, I'm not fucking talking to that guy.
Yeah.
It's like he's gonna.
But senior year, you're always friends with everybody. No matter what, you're always.
That's true.
Unless you were just having a really, really bad time. Yeah. But most of the time when you're a senior, you're just like, I know everybody.
Yeah. I was friends with everybody and I knew everybody except the people that I hated. I would avoid them. There were like 5 people in the whole senior class.
Yeah.
That every time they walked near me, I like legitimately wanted to punch them.
Right, yeah.
I wanted to bully them.
Weird or just
both?
Yeah.
There was like one jock. There was one hot Cheeto girl. It was like okay. So
hot Cheeto. I assumed like she wore just cheetah print.
No, like hot Cheeto.
Yeah, I got what you mean. Loud.
And she was like
8 a.m. yelling.
8 a.m. yelling, and she was a skinny white girl, and she always had the messy buns. That's how you know who they are because they got the messy bun.
Cookie Monster sweatpants on.
Absolutely the Cookie Monster sweatpants.
Dude, what was that one piece of article of clothing just as
so identifiable as you're a shitty person.
Just a white trash, like you're the most trashy person if you're wearing Cookie Monster. That's got to be so bad for like Sesame Street. They created like one of the worst articles of clothing. That almost, I would put that up in there with the wife beater as one of the worst pieces of clothing you could wear.
The Cookie Monster sweatpants are the female wife beaters.
They are the female wife beaters. Theme song.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Drunken Ship Podcast. I believe this is episode 79. Yeah, 79. Fuck yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
That's
been a while,
insane.
yeah. I joined for to talk about movies randomly.
Right.
And now I've been helping you guys run this shit for
You
a year and a
you
half.
are the producer right now.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. Look at this.
So-
This is all thanks to Bryan. You can thank him.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's a high quality man.
I goddamn right I am a high quality man.
Put it in a swear jar. It's so funny. My mom
The
has made
douche
an
jar.
admission that she's made she's made a YouTube
Comment
just to
about
comment on the YouTube, and then
I love the fake beef that I got with Rebecca. It's so funny to me.
that's a caring mom. She just wants to keep up. She's
Yeah.
all right, let me get a
Just
little
wanted to see
insight
what's
here.
going on. My mom doesn't even know English to watch.
It's funny. I did want to I was like, I'm gonna introduce the podcast this week in Spanish.
Good luck. Can you speak Spanish?
Dios míos, ¿cómo estás? Burrito, taco.
This is racist now.
You
Anyways,
can't tell me that wasn't in Spanish.
it was Spanish. It was.
You can't tell me taco isn't in Spanish. Tell me. All right, then what's taco in English? If you're so smart, if you know Spanish so much, then what's taco in English then?
I think it's still
taco,
Taco.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still taco. Now, you just say it with a little bit of southern twang.
A little
Instead
twang.
of taco, you say taco.
Taco.
Anyway.
I don't though. Taco.
Episode 79 of the podcast. Today we are talking about, kind of two things. In the first 15 minutes, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct first.
Yeah.
That happened yesterday. Not great. Not great.
I swear these Nintendo Directs always there's 12 a year, and then
Yeah.
they're just never that, and everyone's always disappointed. I mean, there's stuff there. I feel like there's never anything that's over pushing.
There's
but
never anything bad.
There's never any general everybody agrees that was amazing.
Yeah.
But there's always one group of people that's super satisfied.
Yep.
For whatever weird little niche thing got announced.
They're
They're
in.
like, wow, they're making Bingo Bongo back again. I can't. It's some obscure character gets announced.
I saw a tweet that was so funny.
Yeah,
Saying the same
but
thing.
it's like that. It's I don't know who was this little Sonic thing that they got announced. I don't know who the hell that is. I've never heard.
Klonoa, yeah.
Konoha. What the hell is that?
It's an old game.
But hey,
Old
here we
Sega
are.
Genesis
People are
game.
hype. People are like, I can't believe Canola is back. What the hell is that? Granola? Little Sonic ripoff? Or the Sonic is a ripoff of Granola?
No, it is a little bit of a Sonic ripoff.
That's what exactly. I thought it was by the same people who mixed.
No.
No?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know. I never played Klonoa. Anyway.
I've never even heard of it until today.
So Nintendo Direct happened yesterday. And like always, Nintendo announces things that are meant for the nichest of markets at any given time.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And so the most interesting thing I saw, this isn't the full list. This is just what I thought was worth mentioning for the Western audience. And so I will say that if you're one of those weird gamers that have been oddly invested in Japanese media and Japanese games, you're eating really well with this Direct. Because there's 5 games that were released exclusively in Japan that are now making their way back to the West. But the most interesting things that happened, in my opinion, were Kirby and the Forgotten Land, with the cursed mouthful mode.
The throat goat mode?
The throat goat mode. That was so fucking funny. As soon as I saw that, I was just I absolutely hate that.
Dude,
the game looks so cute, but that's going to be disgusting.
I was why? Kirby just consumes stuff. Why would you have him just
not be able to consume a car?
balloon over something? It's so bizarre that I was this is definitely a Japanese game for sure.
Definitely a Japanese game and definitely going to inspire a lot of porn. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land got announced. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, That's a Dynasty Warriors Fire Emblem themed. Like they've been making them over the last couple of years.
I'm bizarrely a Fire Emblem fan now.
That surprises me.
I know, dude.
Have you played Three Houses?
I think the most bizarre things that I play is Tales of Arise and Fire Emblem. Because that is so off kilt from what I normally play.
They're like such like weeb, but not like just weeb.
I think
I
have an expensive library.
They're like waifu weebs. You know?
What is Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem and Tales of Arise are like the waifu weeb games.
I wouldn't say Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise is like the Tales games are super niche. Always been super niche. I think Tales of Arise was the first one that was like, oh, this is like AAA material.
Quality.
Yeah, this is like high end.
You surprise me with the kind of. You do have extensive taste. It surprises me.
I think I've been branching out a lot lately.
So No Man's Sky is finally on Switch. There's somebody out there who cares. I am not that guy.
Me and Tate played we're gonna make a YouTube series on No Man's Sky, and we never did.
Was it broken?
No, it worked. It was like this was after they did all those updates and it fixed everything, and now the game actually is good. But
it's a little too late for me.
Yeah, it's super too late. The game came back in 2015. So do you remember when he was on Conan? They announced that game on Conan.
That's fucking wild that they announced that game on that.
That's how big. That's how hyped the game was. That was insane.
And then they fucked it up.
It was the most cyberpunk levels of just like
it was more. It was worse than cyberpunk. It was the game wouldn't even work on any given day. Anyway, but No Man's Sky is working and it's finally on Switch. Hopefully they can. They've shed the bad name already, but it's a little too late for me. So.
Well, now they're known as like the comeback kid of like video games. Like. Now, like when a game releases awfully, is that even a word? Awfully?
Launches badly. Awfully is a word, but when they have a bad launch,
when they launch awful, now games try to have the No Man's Sky comeback.
Yeah.
So that's what when a game does bad at launch, they strive to we're gonna make this up and be like a No Man's Sky.
Be like No Man's Sky. Yeah.
So
I mean, good, I guess.
Yeah.
You could just release a good game. That's fine.
Just take the time out, do good first go around, and not have to wait 5 years.
Yeah. The biggest hype of the Direct for me, I used to play this shit as a kid. Do you remember Mario Strikers?
No, but I saw a lot of people talking about they would love to see another Strikers. Yeah. The game looks cool.
So the first was a GameCube game. It was like super tiny release, but I got it for some reason. It ended up in my GameCube library, and I played the dog shit out of that game. I would just fucking beat up on everybody as Mario. And it's so great.
Did you ever play the Street? Did you ever play Street?
NBA Street?
Yeah.
It was that for soccer.
NBA Street, NFL Street.
Yeah.
Street 2. NFL Street 2 was one of my favorite games as a kid. Because that was a game where you could like punch somebody and then like you could jump 6 feet over players and then throw a Hail Mary and
fucking curb stomp them.
And that's what that game. This is what that game reminds me of. And I'm like, I could get into this.
It's exactly that game with Mario characters.
Yes,
like it's so fun.
I watched the trailer for it. And I'm like, you know what? I might get this, honestly.
I'm definitely gonna get it because that's like a super fun, and you can play with your teammates.
You can get 8 people up onto one console with that game.
Super fucking cool.
And I'm like, dude, that would actually be fun to like go to a friend's house and actually play some Mario.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick. So I'm really excited for Mario Strikers Battle League. I think that's like the most exciting announcement for me, which kind of tells you the quality of this Nintendo Direct. But I used to play that shit as a kid. It's phenomenal. I'm so excited. Absolutely gonna cop. Then we got Portal. Portal 1 and 2 are making their way to Switch with the companion bundle.
That's crazy that this game's still going.
Yeah, man. Portal has had a life. It's almost as old as me.
Yeah, so it's iconic now.
Yeah.
It's been actually iconic.
And then, really happy that like Switch players that didn't have access to Portal can play it.
Hold on, what is this next? Nintendo Switch Sports?
Yeah, man.
Dog, hold on. I didn't see anything about this. I didn't watch the full draw. I was cherry picking off what? Dude,
they're coming out with Nintendo Switch Sports.
This is like this is Wii Sports, right?
It's yes.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah. I'm actually gonna pick this one up. That is the most weirdest like game that just comes with a console that just did number. The game was so fun.
Wii Sports was a great amount of fun.
It was ridiculous. Awesome. I can't believe that game ever did that well.
So they're bringing tennis back. They're bringing bowling back. They're still doing motion controls with the tennis and the bowling. They added soccer to it. And so there's
I'm mad. I just got so hyped because I just now noticed that Nintendo Switch Sports. Oh, that's such a weird thing to be hyped over.
It's cute though. It's
Dude,
cute.
I can't believe a soccer game and the sweet. I'm excited over Nintendo Sports.
Yeah, and so, but the interesting thing is that so the game comes out and the physical game comes with a leg strap accessory.
Oh, for the soccer, okay.
For the soccer. So, but at release, you're only going to be able to play shoot mode with the leg strap, which is just like you just shoot the ball into the goal by kicking. You have to play with the hands during the actual soccer matches.
Yeah.
But they're going to release a patch a little bit into the lifetime of the game to introduce so you can play with one controller on your leg and then one controller on your hand for movement to actually play.
I think they do that with that ring game, right? I think you have to strap one to your leg.
Yeah. But the ring game usually it's like a whole, it's like a little.
Yeah, you do that, but I think there is like a little attachment for your leg.
Okay, cool. So they're gonna do that for the soccer, so you can actually kick. So this is a great game for kids and for weirdly excited 27-year-olds.
Yeah, dude, I
used to fuck up some shit.
Dude, if you had roommates back in we used to have a Wii. We dug up a Wii when I was in college.
That's awesome.
I think some this girl, she gave us her old Wii.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had that thing set up in the living room. Every day after class, we just come home and play Wii Sport. I got so good at like baseball and tennis.
You guys played the randomest of shit. It was like Tetris and Wii Sports.
Well, we didn't have any console or anything, so that was like the living room console. But we played the shit out of like Wii Sports.
That's so funny.
So I'm hyped for this.
Yeah. So that's coming out, Nintendo Switch Sports. The other one that I'm like really excited about is Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival.
This is also one of those games that I actually am a big fan of. That's like weird. They're like, why is he playing that?
I saw you tweet and you were like, oh no, I love this game.
Yeah, dude. I bought the game and I was like, because I always seen it at like arcades and stuff. And I knew they had a Switch version. And I bought it when I was like, dude, for like 4 days straight, I was like, every day I was like.
How does it work? How do you drum the outside?
It is kind of hard if you don't have the drum attachment.
Gotcha.
The Wii chucks work.
You're right.
Or let's say the Wii chucks.
Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons work. But I think you really need it. If you had the drum, it'd be a lot better. But it's super fun. It is a Guitar Hero for Japanese Guitar Hero, pretty much.
That's so fucking funny. So I'm really excited about that one. Definitely going to be a cop. This is an interesting one. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings.
I have no idea what the hell Earthbound is.
You know the game Mother?
Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Welcome to Earth.
So Earthbound is like one of the most classic SNES and NES RPGs. That's where NES from Super Smash Bros. Come from.
Okay.
It's people have been asking for an Earthbound game for fucking ages to be able to play it on the Switch. So now it's going to show up in the SNES, NES collections that they have.
Oh, okay.
So Earthbound Beginnings is the original copy of Earthbound, which is for the NES. And then Earthbound is a remake of Earthbound Beginnings, but it's for the SNES.
Ah, all right.
So Earthbound is going to be the one that you've probably seen the most. It's like an Undertale style fighting system.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay, this is not my bag.
Yeah, it's not your
But
bag, but people have asking for it a long time. And so Reggie tried to get Mother 3, which is like the sequel to these games, localized, but it just couldn't happen. So
this is another like super niche
thing
that people get so hyped for.
Not very many people are interested, but the people that are interested are very interested.
This is a Half-Life 3.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Why is it 3? Why is it always in 3s?
Because it's so hard to make a good sequel. Anyway, so Earthbound Beginnings, SNES, NES. No word on Mother 3. You're still waiting. You're still waiting for Mother 3. Another one that I'm like, I never understood this game. I never understood why it was good, why it was popular. I never understood why people like it. But you got a sequel. Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
A sequel?
I got it.
That was nice. If that was intentional, that was super nice. A sequel. You got the sequel. Xenoblade 3.
Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Just waifus with swords and
this game.
I have no idea.
Xenoblade is a. Let me just get it out. It's a cool name. I think
it is a cool name.
The cover looks cool. I don't know how the game looks or anything.
The gameplay sucks.
Does it?
Because you don't really fight. Like your companions and your waifus fight for you. And you're just like linking it together.
Okay. So it's like a turn base?
It's like an action. It's like a real-time action RPG.
Okay.
but I just don't. It never landed.
It just doesn't click with you.
Never landed
because I know a lot of people are fans of this.
Well, Byron fucking loves it.
Yeah,
and so shout out to you, Byron. Hope you're doing well. You're probably quite happy with that announcement. Not for me, but Xenoblade 3 coming out.
If they if they in the future release a collection, maybe I'll pick that up. And I'm like, can I get into Xenoblade?
I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 briefly, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
That's a Chronicles though. That's not even like a mainline game.
No, that is Xenoblade 3 is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the full name.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. It follows like a specific blade. Who gives a shit? Xenoblade 3. And then Mario Kart 8, the Course DLC pack. This is one that I found really interesting because the game launched in 2017.
Yeah.
It launched with the Switch.
This is insane.
It's a launch game.
The game could not be like laid to rest.
Yeah. But people fucking adore Mario Kart.
Well, it's because they haven't released another Mario Kart.
That's true. That's true.
What are they going to play? Mario Kart 7? Like, there's not a lot to pick from. You want to play the latest one? It's from 2017. Here's some DLC for it.
Right.
I guess they don't. What are they waiting for to make a Mario Kart 9?
They just don't need to because there's so much.
When the Switch 2 comes out, they're probably going to release like Zelda 2 or Breath of Wild 2.
No, Breath of Wild 2 comes out this year.
When?
It's probably the.
Do they have a release date for it?
They've confirmed that it comes out this year, but no specific release date.
Insane.
Yeah.
Could you imagine this would break the internet if they released it right after in a direct?
Oh yeah, they just dropped it in the store.
That's one of those games where it's so big that they could because they could move it. They don't need marketing to move that game.
No. They just need to say that it's out. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 course DLC pack. It includes 48 courses. The whole courses, they're releasing them kind of like in waves, kind of like they did Fighters DLCs, where they would like release 2 fighters and then release 2 other fighters.
Yeah.
So every wave is like 8 courses, I believe, or 8 or 4 courses. And it's $25 for all 48 courses, which is like 50 cents a course.
So you could do like a season pass.
Yeah. So I think they're actually selling it as a season pass exclusively.
No, okay.
But they're just releasing them in stages.
Slowly.
Yeah. So that's really exciting if you're a Mario Kart fan. If you're one of those people that get together with their friends just to play Mario Karts, this is going to bring a whole new life cycle to the game.
Yeah, which I'm sure that's what people have been waiting for.
So that's pretty exciting. That's kind of it. That's everything that I found worth mentioning in the Nintendo Direct. There is a lot of other games out there that I just didn't include because they're like Japanese games that are now making a Western release, so they're like very specific RPG games. But if you want the full list, the article is going to be in the description. It's from a NintendoLife.com, and that kind of includes everything that got announced during the Direct. And that's kind of all I have to say about that. The other news that came out to me that were significant in this week was that Xbox has now said that Activision games will be available on Sony platforms beyond the current agreements.
Yeah, we pretty much called that last week.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. I'm not too surprised. I feel like the internet overreacted with the Xbox Activision acquisition. Like we knew that things weren't going to be changing that much. Tay did a PS Inside video about it. Click the little eye thing or whatever the fuck it's called. And then watch that video to like learn a little bit more of the specifics. But there's not a whole lot to say here other than it makes sense for Activision games to be released on PlayStation platforms since they hold the majority of the sales percentage, with 41 of Activision's recent shooter sales belonging to the PS5 alone.
Yeah.
That's almost 50% for PS5, and I believe for PS4 is 29% of the sales.
Right.
So,
and like to reiterate was what we said last week is like they're not trying to move consoles anymore. Mm-hmm. That's not the name of the game. They're not really that they're not
it's not about exclusivity anymore.
Right. They're not concerned. I don't know why I couldn't say concerned. They're not concerned with trying to be exclusives anymore. It's just profit off
it's just piggy dipping into Sony's profit.
You're getting money off of like a PlayStation sale.
Yeah, that's it.
Essentially it.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Tay said in his video of PS Insight, the internet reacted to the news. So we all expected this to happen. I'm not surprised, but we're reporting on it because that's what we do. And then that's kind of everything that I got for today's episode.
That kind of wraps up for the game portion.
Yeah, that wraps up for the game portion.
Moving into...
What you got?
So the time this podcast released, the Super Bowl would have happened Sunday, and it probably had some mediocre-ass commercials, as it has for the last at least 10 years.
Yeah.
But if you don't recall, there used to be a golden time for commercials.
There really used to be.
It was a spectacle.
Yeah, I would tune into the Super Bowl
just to watch
commercials. I would literally watch the commercials and leave when the game started and do something else and then come back for the commercials.
Yeah, because the commercials used to be so well made, so like thought out, and someone would just sit with you.
I'm sorry, there's a Willem Dafoe Snickers
commercial? Yeah, of course there's this William Dafoe, and that had to sidebar that.
That's so funny.
I just kind of cherry picked some stuff. These are not like all the best ones, but I kind of just cherry picked to some.
But this is kind of like, because I remember a lot of these. This is kind of the sampler.
Yeah,
like when you go to Chili's and you get an appetizer sampler. This is kind of what you'd expect out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because the commercials used to be really good.
Well, there's so many commercials that were so good that there's brands that have established almost like a timeline, or not a timeline, but like a trilogy or
have like sequels to the commercials.
Of commercials every year. You expect to see the Snickers commercials, the Nationwide. The Progressive,
the Doritos,
of course, the Doritos, Budweiser, Bud Light. You expect to see them every single year, because they used to make these crazy commercials that just got so much BuzzFeed that it probably like lifted up their sales for that probably next 6 months off that money. One commercial.
So much money. You know that the like a Super Bowl spot is $1 million for 30
I was
seconds.
about to just look it up because I forgot to look it up, but it's $1 million to have
for 30 seconds.
30 seconds in the Super Bowl.
A 30-second spot. It can be more, but I think the minimum is $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
That's a massive chunk out of your marketing department.
Oh yeah, that's like some company's whole marketing budget.
But that's only because the Super Bowl is one of the. I don't know if it is anymore, but it's the most.
There's just so many eyes on the Super Bowl,
right?
At any given moment.
It was in the past. It was the most viewed TV event.
Yep.
I don't know about that today, but it used to be the most viewed thing. So it was $1 million starting, probably back in like 2010.
Right.
It was around that era. But I think we're gonna go through a couple commercials here, and
So what do you think happened? Do you think that like people got too scared of making a /funny commercial, and certain of like, and I'm not against PC culture or anything like that. Like this is not a slam against that. But do you think that
they couldn't be like racy as they used to?
You think that company just got a little weird about being like edgy?
I think it just kind of went with the times.
Okay.
Because back, it used to be a lot edgier back in the day. But I don't really think that's what's affected it. I think it's just like a decline in just viewership, and now less. It's not really. They don't find it so marketable.
Yeah.
So now they don't really. They kind of half-ass it. Of course, there's going to be like some funny commercials every year. They're just never.
But it used to be 15, 20 funny commercials.
And it used to be a lot. There used to be a lot more commercials too.
And they were short stories, honestly.
But I feel like there's a lot of. They just don't find it like marketable. I don't think they find it enough like. This is not really giving us a big boost like it used to.
Yeah.
It used to be a big deal, but now
probably social media affected it more than anything.
I think it has a lot to do with it, because if you I don't know when they started doing this. Is when YouTube and everything got big.
Yeah.
They used to release all the commercials, so they would show the commercial at the Super Bowl when it was supposed to air.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a couple years ago back, they started releasing all the commercials before the Super Bowl just on YouTube.
That's weird.
So Doritos, Snickers, all that, they would just put them on their YouTube channel, and it'd be for the game.
Yeah.
So you would already see it. So you would turn on the Super Bowl, and you would already see it, and you'd be like, "Well."
It was kind of an event, like the Super Bowl commercials were a little bit of like the Super Bowl was an event, but there was an event within the event.
Right.
That was a Super Bowl.
It was just a weird like cluster of like time.
Yeah.
Where this was like really fun to watch.
Yeah. I totally agree. So what do we got here?
So all right, I'm just gonna run through like a couple iconic ones. Obviously we're gonna start off. We're gonna do the Betty White Snickers commercial. This actually, so this is how strong these like ads used to be.
Yeah.
This Betty White Snickers commercial actually resuscitated her career.
Really?
This actually put her back in the spotlight because she
was like Golden Girls.
Yeah, But she was Golden Girls, yeah. But like after that, I mean, she kind of went into obscurity. But after this commercial, she started getting so much more work.
That's true, and a lot of commercial work too.
Yeah. So this was back in 2010.
Yeah. Shout out to Betty White.
And this, if you're listening to this on
Audio.
just audio, it's
Mike, what is your deal?
some friends playing out in the field, and then one character's Betty White, and she just got like tackled, like speared out into the mud, and then she eats the Snickers, turns back into a guy.
This is the original, like, you're hungry commercial. Like, you're hungry.
This is what started it.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's like
Not
these
you when you're hungry.
commercials started. They started the commercial thing.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, this has started a whole ad campaign.
Yeah, so this the ad campaign for that Snickers commercial went fucking crazy. They did it for like 5 years after this
Right.
commercial aired. So wow,
That was like it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe for
yeah,
commercials.
Snicker commercials.
This
That's
one
really funny.
I wanted to highlight because this is literally a I would say like a highlight reel of every.
Wait. Where's the Willem Dafoe Snickers?
Oh,
You promised me Willem Dafoe
right.
Snickers
I
commercial.
got you. I threw it. I mean, I threw it in there just because of me.
Yeah.
But here's the Williams Dafoe. We'll go over this one first.
I fucking love Willem Dafoe
I
so
know.
much.
So it's Marilyn Monroe's like iconic,
like that. It's gonna be amazing.
like the wind
pose,
scene,
yeah.
but it's William Dafoe.
This is a disaster. Who's the genius who puts a girl in heels on a subway grate?
Miss Monroe, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little cranky when you're hungry.
And then
They just CGI'd Marilyn Monroe into this? What the
I don't
fuck?
know. I can't say this for sure.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of the first times they ever CGI'd
A dead person.
like a
back
dead
to life.
person. Or no, well, I wouldn't say the first time, but this is like one of the first times they've ever like had it like they used a film version of her and then recreated it onto like someone else's body.
That's fucking wild.
Especially, I think definitely for probably like a commercial like that.
Let me see that. One back a little bit. Let me see that transition back.
All right, here you go.
Yeah, they definitely rotosculpted her out of like a film.
Yeah, you can definitely
Yeah.
tell because like you can see like there's like the glare, like the old, that
Yeah.
old like, you know what I mean, like the
The
glassy,
old film glare.
right?
The
It, like
gate
a lot of
shake, yeah.
you would like glow almost,
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
and then they've they've colorized her face and everything.
That's fucking wild. But they did a really great job recreating the set.
Yeah, they just didn't use some like stunt double or anything
This
like
fucking
that.
guy.
But yeah, that I love that one just because William Dafoe to go.
Love Willem Dafoe. The thing that I love about these commercials is just how cheeky they are. Like
Yeah.
they're not like, sure, they're marketing something, but it feels fun. It feels
it's fun. It used to be an event. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, what happened? I mean, this is like what we used to get.
Yeah.
If, like some people don't know about these. Like these used to bang.
It's just the
This one,
tie dye.
I think this one's very interesting because this is literally a
David
highlight
Harbour?
reel of every. So this is how popular Super Bowl commercials used to be.
Yeah.
That they had a commercial where they just took a highlight reel of like what you see normally on the
commercial.
commercials and made it all into one commercial. This is David Harper. He's introducing it. So it's like they start off with like a car
just
commercial.
Typical Super Bowl car ad. Right? Or a hilarious beer ad.
Making a reference to Budweiser
Or
ad.
whatever ad this is.
I don't know
This
what
is
this
crazy.
ad is for. It's like just
The
so they're making
perfume.
fun of weird commercial
It's
ads.
Tide ad.
The Ram
It's a
truck
Tide
ad, nationwide
Tide ad?
ad.
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be?
But this is really it's a Tide commercial ad.
Yeah.
But they just it's almost like it's lazy, but
Yeah,
it's
because
like
they're referencing other ads.
right. But this is the only time. But they stole it. They got it first, so no one else can do this anymore. Gillette,
Extreme.
No.
workout muscle,
Meet the all-new.
weight loss,
It's a
Alexa.
Tide ad. Tide.
So, does this make every
That's
Super
really
Bowl
fucking
ad
funny.
a Tide ad?
Now it's a Tide ad within a Tide ad.
I think it does.
So I feel like this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
For-
No. Oh no, it's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. They can't do it anymore because they realized what everything was popular.
Yeah. But
Back
not
then.
only that, but once you make a commercial that references the other commercials, like
Yeah.
if you're tied and you're making a commercial that references a Budweiser commercial,
Yeah.
you have no more material. Like,
Right.
It's dead in the water now.
I think I think the ads have been dead for a while
Yeah.
once they made this commercial. This is back in 2018.
Gotcha.
We're in the golden peak around 2010.
That's true.
So that's 8 years later. Now you can make that type of commercial. You couldn't make that commercial in 2010
because it gets meta now.
Right
now, it's like, oh, we're making fun of the commercials that showed up during this thing. So like, because you're expecting the commercials to be part of the event,
right?
So we're subverting that by referencing the commercials of the which annoys me.
Exactly,
annoys me. That's how you kill a fun thing.
Yep. All right, so now we're gonna go into one of my favorite commercials. This is the Terry Tate linebacker. Dude just annihilates these people in the office.
To send us Terry Tate, some people thought we were crazy. But
notice how all these videos are all like cut off on the sides because they're so old.
Yeah,
HD was not a thing.
Break was over 15 minutes ago.
Dude,
and since Terry's been with us, our product.
And Terry Tate is literally just beating the shit out of everybody.
That's so funny.
We're getting more from our employees than ever before.
You know you need a cover sheet on your TPS reports, Richard. That ain't new, baby.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Janice.
But what's really impressed me is how Terry's become part of the Felcher family.
Oh, I should mention this is also for Reeboks too. Like you don't even like you used to not even know what the ad was for until the very end.
That's a long distance call, Doug.
Got that little tiny monitor.
I wish Reebok sent us 10 Terry Tates.
Look, dude, look how dated it is. Look how old these computers are.
Yeah.
Pay time is pay time, baby. Woo!
Terry Tate, office linebacker. That's so funny. Yeah, they had like their own series about it. So.
Yeah, they had like, and then they would have like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah,
and like they would be like their own little movies.
That's wild.
Another. So we're gonna go. So that was probably like in I don't know when.
That was probably like 2000
something 2004. Now we're going to throw it all the way back to 1992.
It's a 1992 Super Bowl ad?
Yeah. Okay. This is 4 years before Space Jam. And I want to say that this is probably maybe even made
Space Jam.
I want to say.
With Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
I wonder if this was the pilot for Space Jam, yeah.
Well, this is 4 years before they ever made it. So I want to say that maybe they got the idea from just doing this ad. So it starts off with Bugs Bunny. He's under a court. They're playing basketball. He wakes up. They grab him by the neck. I think they used this in the movie.
Yeah, they definitely used that shot in the film.
This is, so 4 straight years before Space Jam.
That's bananas.
This is a Nike ad for, I think, Air Jordan.
What'd you expect? On my foot?
But this commercial was so popular that they ended up making Space Jam one
of the most popular movies of all time.
Right.
I don't know if good, but popular.
Nah, it's good.
It's good, but it's not amazing.
It's good for me, man. It's nostalgic.
Silly, I know. So this is okay. I feel like this is.
That's all, folks.
I love that. This is the point in time, I think, when commercials had to be memorable.
Yeah.
To be able to to be able to be seen. Because now you can just throw a video on YouTube, like a 5-second video on YouTube, and like just scream out the name really loud. And like that's your advert, because people are so anti-adverts now.
Right.
But this was like, if adverts were like that, I would watch more adverts. Because they're fun. They're like cheeky.
They keep your attention. They hold your attention.
Yeah, it's like a little short story.
Do you think it's oversaturated now, though, with so many ads and commercials that you really can't? It's hard to be memorable.
I think it's that, but I also think it's attention span. You know, like not a lot of people are gonna want to watch 30 seconds of an advert.
And that was like a minute long. So I think back in 1992, it probably wasn't that expensive.
It probably wasn't, but also like back in 1992, there was no other outlet to get an advert out. So it's TV content.
Yeah.
So you have to make something that has a story from beginning to end to like sell the thing that you're
product,
doing. Yeah. Because otherwise people would just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, we're gonna stick with the iconic commercials for right now. Here's 1984 Apple's Macintosh commercial, which is almost, a lot of people consider this one to be one of the best commercials ever made.
Yeah, this is directed by Ridley Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is a commercial directed by Ridley Scott. This is, and you've probably seen this parodied a bunch of times too. This is, what's that? Orwell's. Orwell had a
George Orwell, 1994.
Yeah, this is like a parody of that. but it's Macintosh. It's like everyone's like a slave to being PC.
And this has been back when Macintosh with the Mac versus PC bullshit.
And then you have the iconic woman running through with a sledgehammer.
All
these people are like just a slave.
But the fact that they got really Scott to direct this like really tells me like they were willing to tell a story in their commercials.
It was just like this is a weird, just during time, like a place in time where commercials were like very big like this.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh, and you'll see
that
why
is so funny.
1984 won't be.
I feel like George Orwell would roll in his grave after seeing this ad. So yeah, like it's just a story. They got something to say. They have like you have a quick slogan. It's not just like, hey, here's a fucking Snicker. It's like, it's a good snack.
And then some are, so like stuff like that. That's like some people consider that as one of the best commercials ever. But one of the probably the most iconic commercials ever to come out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's probably the Budweiser "What's Up" commercial.
That's so funny.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, who? What's up? None, B.
People still do this too to this day. Like they go, "What's up?"
None.
I thought this was a Sprite commercial for some reason.
Really?
I think Sprite referenced it later on.
I mean, there's been probably a billion commercials just referenced this.
Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? What's that?
And this is pretty much embodiment like beer. Like just like hanging out, having a good time with your friends. And that's why I think it's generally why always Bud Light or beer commercials are always like funny like that too, because they want to embody that fun time.
Just hanging out with your buds.
If you got a Budweiser in your hand.
So what's up, B? Watching the game, having a bud. True.
True.
I love that. That commercial was so popular that they parodied it in one of the scary movies.
I want to say the first one.
I think so.
The first one, yeah.
With Scream.
Absolutely iconic. Probably I want to say that's got to be the most popular commercial ever coming out of the Super Bowl. Because when you think of Super Bowl commercials, that's like one of the first things that ever pops up in your mind.
The first one that I think of is the Dorito adverts. That's like the first one that I think of.
So all right, we can slide right into probably the most popular one. By people's standards, this is the Dorito ultrasound ad.
And there's your beautiful baby.
So it starts off with a woman getting an ultrasound. The husband is obviously eating a big thing of Doritos. Towards the camera.
Do you see what I have to do? I know.
You notice the baby is trying to reach for the Doritos.
Moving around. What the fuck is this?
Give me that.
Oh no.
See, and that's like just like that type of commercial has so much staying power to stay with you long after the Super Bowl is over with.
That is a wild commercial.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. They went back in the day. They were going for that hard shock value, especially for Doritos. Doritos always had some wild commercials going on.
That was wild. This is fucking baby popping out.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep getting wild with the next one. Is a subvert. So this is the Bud Light commercial. So Bud Light had like hang on.
Just
expand. So Bud Light had a series of commercials where they had like this whole night, but the Bud Light night. It was like a whole theme, which is crazy to have like a theme for commercials. But they had like a through line through all these commercials. And they start off the commercial, Bud Light night, he's doing a joust, but he loses, right? He's like, holy shit, like, oh man, you're not supposed to lose. You're supposed to,
You're the Bud Light man.
And then up steps the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Are you serious?
And he eye gouges him in the commercial. And now like the commercial has taken a dark turn.
What the fuck is this?
And now it's turned into a Game of Thrones ad in the middle of a Bud Light ad. And now you have this burning everyone alive.
Yo, this is a fucking Bud Light cinematic universe.
I want to say that's probably one of the first times I ever had like a really sad moment for like a Bud Light commercial or like a beer commercial, because beer commercials are typically happy, fun. They want to, but to have like a Game of Thrones X Bud Light commercial, that was really cool.
That was wild. Like that's a wild
because that was like a straight up movie where they have a twist at the end. And we're like, what the hell?
But also that was like when Game of Thrones was super popular, right? I imagine. Yeah. So having your name associated with Game of Thrones at all,
that was like at almost like the
moment,
yeah. That was at the peak of Game of Thrones, because I think that was around season 5 or 6, right before the end.
That's crazy. That was a really well shot commercial too. That was fucking great.
The last commercial I want to show, actually I had 2 more commercials, but this is the last official commercial I want to show. Is I remember watching it. So I remember watching this.
Just a quick tangent.
What's up?
I am so fucking wired right now.
I know, bro. You already done with the Red Bull.
No, I still got a little bit of left. And I'm sitting. My leg has not stopped bouncing this entire time.
I have to put the collar on you.
Fucking anyway.
So this commercial, I remember this commercial very. I remember this commercial like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember I was at a friend's house. We're watching the Super Bowl.
This is your flashpoint memory.
Yeah, I remember this commercial because. Like that's the point of these commercials. They're supposed to stay with you.
Yeah.
This commercial had everyone in such an uproar that is going to blow your mind, Bryan. I'm not going to say anything. I think I explained a little bit to you, but I probably didn't explain it well. This is the commercial.
Yeah, we were talking about this on Discord yesterday.
This is the Nationwide Boy commercial. This commercial is absolutely insane. Like literally insane. It starts off with a boy. He's riding his bike. He's listing off stuff that he'll never do.
Or get coolies.
Because there's a lot of commercials like this in the Super Bowl generally.
Really?
Yeah, just stupid. They're trying to tug on your heartstrings.
It's just like a fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation advert.
Because I died from an accident.
At Nationwide, we believe in protecting
not the Tide Pods.
Your kids.
So it ends. So the whole commercial goes through a kid of just stuff that like just him being a kid, him doing normal shit as a kid, growing up, and he's just listing off stuff like I'll never do this, I'll never do this, I'll never do this, and it hard stops at the end of the commercial like because I died because of an accident because my parents didn't watch me. And then it shows like a bathtub.
Oh my god, it's guilting the parents. Yeah, they're like, my parents didn't watch me, so I fucking died.
It shows a bathtub overfilled.
Yeah.
It shows a cabinet open where the kid got into like dishwasher pods and shit like that. A TV that's fallen over because it wasn't secure.
Oh my god.
It is such a dude. So typically, right? Yeah. We have all imagine watching the Super Bowl and it's all those funny commercials and you're like, oh man, this is great. And there's a middle of them. It's this gut-wrenching commercial about this kid just freaking died because you wasn't watching.
And he's like a cute kid too.
Yeah,
like,
it is such. I think that's probably got to be the best Super commercial because that has never left me. I've always remembered that was a really dark, twisted commercial in the middle of it.
That's so fucking funny. It's the commercial itself is not funny, but just
how it ends.
You're drunk. You're eating wings. You just watch a Dorito baby pop out of the womb.
Yeah,
and then you fucking get that.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god. It's so fucking twisted.
It looks like it was gonna be so joyful. It's like yeah, but I died.
I never got to get my first kiss.
My parents didn't love me. They're pieces of shit.
My parents neglected me. Now I'm dead. That was a nationwide, I guess, health or like
just
life insurance.
Just like a public safety ad, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was, which is bizarre to have that during the
Super Bowl. I mean, that's what
but they were definitely, obviously, they were going for like shock value. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god,
absolutely,
it worked. It absolutely did.
Some executive were just like, "Oh, this is gonna get him."
Bryan, do you remember? Did you watch 2018, the Super Bowl?
No,
back in 2018.
I don't think so.
Refresh your memory. So there was something special that happened. With the 28 Super Bowl, right towards the end of the Super Bowl, the fourth quarter.
Remember this fucking movie?
I don't know if you guys remember this. There's a movie on Netflix called the Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah.
Now that is a sequel to Cloverfield 10.
So it's a sequel to Cloverfield 21 Lane. Or something like that.
Well, it's a sequel to both of them.
But it came out after John Goodman's Cloverfield.
Right. So this is the third Cloverfield in the series. They're pretty popular. 10 Cloverfield Lane was super popular.
10 Cloverfield Lane, not 21. I'm 21 Jump Street.
It's a street name. That one was like very, very popular. This was like a couple years after it. So people are kind of like,
it was like 2 years.
So people are pretty excited about this. The reason that makes this movie special is because at the end of the Super Bowl and around in the fourth quarter, right at the end of the game, this ad plays. And I'm going to go ahead and play it.
I didn't watch this, but I knew about this. I knew that this is how people found out about the film.
So I'm going to go ahead and play the ad for you. So it's doing a recap of the first and second movie.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of going through everything. Just to kind of like pull, so
you
get
in.
you to remember. Like, do you remember this movie?
Whatever you're doing.
And it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Stop.
That was the thing. The Cloverfield Paradox was a Netflix release.
And it was like a 30-second film or a 30-second ad.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first times that this is going to be out
tonight.
This movie comes out on Netflix right after the game. And people were so hyped. They're like, oh shit. Because they're like, they got 30 seconds and I'm like, this movie looks lit and it's like on Netflix right now.
Yep.
So it looks like a big budget
that this
film.
is in the middle of like the Cloverfield hype.
Yeah.
This is like there was like 4 years after 10 Cloverfield Lane where Cloverfield was just fucking it was so awaited.
Yeah. So people were like losing their minds.
Yeah.
And they were so hyped to go like, dude, we got the Super Bowl and now we get to go watch a brand new movie that we can watch it at home. This is back in 2018 where they didn't really do that. So it was a super special occasion. It went from the most hyped to most hated, forgotten film ever because the movie was absolute dog shit.
I was actually, I remember this. I remember the moment where people were like, oh, did you watch the new Cloverfield? It dropped right after the Super Bowl. And I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking watch. No, I didn't. Yeah. I was pissed that they dropped it at the Super Bowl. They did this commercial thing because the commercial looks really good. It looks interesting. And then I went in like 2 weeks later. I watched the film finally. The most dog shit sci-fi horror film that I've seen in like years. It was so bad. That was a hit. That was a miss.
But that was amazing marketing.
Yeah,
that was you could not have done better marketing than that.
Nah, that was crazy. Only on Netflix tonight. It's crazy that the best shots in the trailer are the shots from the fucking first movie.
Right. I know. They only had 30 seconds and they used 15 to 20 seconds of it
from the first movie.
The first film.
Yeah.
So I think so that goes for all the commercials. I think that's a nice little recap of like pretty much what you're missing out. So right now
they don't make them like they used to.
And they won't. And it's kind of over and done. Yeah. You get the halftime shows now, which they're not as good as like what, Justin Timberlake ripping off
Janet Jackson's bra. That was totally planned.
No way,
that was
dude.
Planned.
Because they couldn't blur it. They had no idea.
That's what better way to draw publicity towards either of those artists than to show a tit.
Nah, you're insane. No way.
Show a tit. If I was a marketing person, I'd just be like, hey, Janet, how comfortable are you just showing a tit?
Hey, Janet. This is some studio agent.
Janet, can I see you in my office?
Eating peanuts out of a jar. Like, hey, Janet.
It might have been an accident.
It was 100% an accident.
But it got Timberlake so much publicity.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's the most memorable halftime ever. There was like Michael Jackson played.
It was Michael Jackson and the Janet Jackson. Michael Jackson.
No, Michael Jackson did this halftime Super Bowl. I remember that was super iconic.
Yeah.
That happened. Do you remember when they did the SpongeBob meme? They kept teasing it. It was like I remember this. It was 2 years ago. There's an episode of SpongeBob where they play at the Super Bowl.
Oh, where they did the halftime show. They're like they play the Adam of the Brian Springfield song, whatever the
People kept making this a meme every single year for years on end after that.
I do remember that.
And then
my favorite episode of SpongeBob.
It was 1 year where Travis Scott was playing. And
I do remember this.
In the Mercedes, I think it was the Mercedes Stadium, they kept teasing it. They kept saying like SpongeBob's gonna be there.
Yep.
The official count, and people were like losing their mind. Like, no way they're gonna do that.
Not gonna
no way they're gonna. And it was the most...
It was very disappointing.
Yeah, immediately. So they literally start off the halftime show by doing like the song that he does.
Yeah.
And people were like, no way. And then it's like only 2 seconds and then they cut it. And then they go into the Travis Scott thing. And people were so disappointed.
You got to play the song, man. You got to play the song.
I know, you had to commit. They half-heartedly committed
You had to bring a man dressed as SpongeBob to like do the whole bitch.
Dude, they could have made it... They could have made it so iconic for the internet.
Yeah, they absolutely
because they could have brought it back at least a little bit. Because I know the internet now is like pretty much kill the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
we can chop that up to being facts about just because the ads don't make any sense. Because now you can just put it on YouTube.
You can just put it on YouTube. You get so many clicks on.
But you could have got so much staying power if you would have actually fully committed, and that's maybe why they've done it, just to get you to tune in to see if they were actually going to do it or not.
Yeah. But that's like short-term gratification, though.
Yeah.
Because like you kind of clickbaited them.
You 100% clickbaited. Yeah. It was such a... I can't think of the word. They just like ripped the...
It was a bait and switch.
Bait and switch, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that Super Bowl... The reason why Super Bowl ads were really fun was because they were meant to be like iconic. Like they tried really hard on those commercials to make sure that they stayed with you. Because it's like literally the most eye-catching event, like the most eye-catching televised event at the time, any sporting event.
Yeah.
Super Bowl had the most eyes attached to it. So like if you got a commercial there that people remembered out of that, you were guaranteed to boost your sales. At least.
I think they would probably spend all their money that they had for that year just on that one event. Because if you make or break it, you could, I mean, it's like playing a lottery. Like if you did really well, your sales are going to go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. YouTube totally killed that. Social media in general, just not only because of attention span, but it's so much cheaper to market on social media than it is on TV.
You're right. And they're not paying that. Like they could spend that $1 million on like
they can make
60 other outlets.
Yeah. They can spend that $1 million on like buying out like 10 TikTok creators.
Yeah.
Or not even 10, like 40. Because the TikTok creators don't get paid for anything. So like you can just buy 40 TikTok creators to make a video about your fucking ad and get 1,600 millennials to like look at it.
But you know what sucks though is like it didn't die quick. It didn't die just like 1 year was amazing and then it just sucked.
Yeah.
It just slowly got worse and worse. Yeah. And it was a slow drawn out death. Which to the part I guess like the last good one was
pillow just slowly.
Right. It was struggling. It was grabbing the rails of the hospital bed. And you're just like, please. And you just heard the beep, beep, beep.
That's so fucking funny.
But Bryan, we've covered the commercials.
Yeah.
But would you ever guess what the requirements is?
No.
For the Super Bowl, for a city to host a Super Bowl?
I don't think. I bet you're about to tell me.
I'm about to tell you because I found this out the other day and it is 100% ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. You're not going to believe what happened. Yeah. What a city is required to host. And I can't believe they even get away with hosting a Super Bowl every single year.
Yeah.
Because this is insane.
I feel like a city would be like...
I feel like it should only be like 3 cities in a rotation because it's so insane that why would any city agree to
Where is the Super Bowl playing this year?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Have no idea. Do not keep up with it. But I'm going to tell you. These are the requirements. All right. So first off, the league is required exclusive access to top 3 quality 18-hole area golf courses at no cost to them so it can host a tournament on Super Bowl weekend.
What the fuck? What do you need?
That is, the NFL is requiring you to have 3 top quality places of golf. 3.
Not 1.
18-hole areas.
Okay.
At no cost
to them. That's a lot of land.
No money. They are not going to be charged to use these so they can host a tournament during Super Bowl weekend.
A golf tournament during Super Bowl weekend. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not even for the Super Bowl. It's for another event.
Yeah. Well, it's, I guess, a Super Bowl golf tournament or whatever.
Wild.
The NFL also requires the use of top quality bowling alleys at no cost.
Fuck out of here.
For a bowling tournament the Wednesday and or Thursday before the Super Bowl.
You can bowl the fuck out of the city.
So now they're holding a tournament for golf and a tournament for bowling.
God damn. Could you imagine being the mayor of that city? Hey man, you can bowl yourself the fuck out of my town.
16 months before the game, the NFL will send 180 people to the host city to get them used to the area of the region.
16 months?
16 months. So you're having to apply. You have to meet all these requirements, and you have to apply 16 months.
You have to apply probably 18 months before that if you want to get the application done.
So it's like the year. So like you're planning this out probably 2 years in advance.
Yeah. Hey man, you're playing football.
So the city.
What do you got to familiarize yourself with?
It's the biggest sporting event ever.
It's one weekend.
It's 180 people.
Yeah.
180 people has to come to the city to get used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Google it. Like just Google,
I don't know. I guess they have to come take measurements, whatever. But the city has to pay for all those people.
Yeah, that's insane.
So their living, their hotel, everything, their food.
That's taxes, man.
All of it. They have to pay. They have to compensate for them people.
Wow.
Free housing. The host city must provide 40 3-bedroom, 52-bedroom, and 21-bedroom apartments for 30 to 40 days for staying for working staff, such as production and security. The apartments must be within 20 minutes drive of the stadium, and the amenities such as Wi-Fi, full kitchen, washer and dryer facilities, televisions, and the bedrooms, and a self-workout facility on property.
See, so that makes me think that all of these new buildings that are popping up all over cities are fucking rackets so that they can keep these units available for Superbowl events.
It could, dude.
It has to be.
I don't know how much money actually like racks in for the city, but NFL is taking majority of it.
Yeah, no, it's great. This is tax money.
The NFL also requires a hotel with a minimum of 1,000 rooms for their use, with free items such as beer, snacks, internet, meeting spaces, free parking, and storage spaces.
Yeah,
that's for all the teams, which that's pretty standard, obviously.
I mean that does make sense. I think it does make sense to have living spaces for the crew. And they should all be like well maintained.
Yeah.
You know, like that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. The rest of the shit sounds crazy.
The NFL also must be allowed to install ATMs into the stadium that accepts preferred credit and debit cards. Okay. The league may also cover up or remove ATMs belonging to other banks if they wish to do so. So whatever bank is with that NFL for that season or whatever,
they're the ones that are going to get the ATMs put in there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. If cell phone signal strength at the team's hotels is too weak, the host committee must install boosters or portable cell towers. If watching the Super Bowl isn't really your thing, that's something else.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Hotels where the players stay must also carry the NFL network on their cable TV system for a year prior to the Super Bowl. So the hotels,
so they're making profits on coming to the city.
Yeah, so you already have to have the NFL channel on your TV at the hotel a year prior.
That's insane.
Before they even come, which I guess they also have to have. I guess they already have to be paying the NFL.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. It's just like, hey, yeah, we're gonna make money off of you before we go to your hotel.
The host city must give the NFL the use of at least 20 billboards at no charge.
That's insane.
So they can
advertise
the NFL, coming to the city and stuff.
I mean, the NFL must bring out shit ton of money in tourism for all of this to be worth it.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I could see them doing it. But they're losing so much money because the NFL is. You're paying the NFL. You're giving the NFL all this stuff for free.
Yeah.
By the way,
they're a fucking diva.
Then the city must also cover any expenses provided to the NFL with a task force devoted strictly to bussing out game ticket counterfeiters. So just a straight up police force.
Just to identify fake tickets.
Right. Anyone that's selling scalper tickets, anything like that, just a task force just for that.
Yeah.
A whole security council. Police escorts must be provided
that
to
was a
move
very crispy lip smack.
Police escorts must be provided to moving teams, media, and game officials to and from the airport, practice facilities, and game at no cost.
Okay. That security makes sense.
Okay.
Transport makes sense. Maybe pay for it.
Yeah. I don't know. At no cost. Everything on here, I'm going to go ahead and
there are no costs to the NFL.
I'm going to go ahead and explain that it's no cost to them. Everything, it must be free. All this stuff. There's these ridiculous
no wonder
demands.
fucking NFL players are the most spoiled ass people when they leave the NFL.
On game day, the NFL gets access to 35,000 parking spots near the stadium at no cost.
Of course.
In the event of snow.
How many fucking people are in an NFL? This is for like just like public, like to go watch the game, or is this for like the people that are working on the NFL? The parking spot.
The parking spots are probably for people
for just like
attending
people
the
that
event,
are
and
attending
then
the event.
Staff and all that. That's for probably for everybody.
Hey, you're coming into our city. Maybe pay for the fucking parking. Anyway, go ahead. This is making me
also,
curious.
side note here, tickets to go watch the Super Bowl are like $12,000.
Yeah.
For
for the court
all the way back. No, all the
really.
Yeah, all the
There's
way back.
no way they're that expensive. Did you say 1,200?
They're like at least $5,000 for the very back seats.
5,000?
Dude, they're like absurdly expensive.
5,000?
In the event of snow or ice storm on game day, the city must give priority to the NFL over all other ice and snow removal projects, except in case of a threats to public safety.
Ugh, that makes me mad. So it's on. Excuse me. It's in Los Angeles this year.
Okay.
I'm just looking up at tickets. I just want to know how much the tickets are. Keep going.
And then second to last year, the clean zone code.
Dude, the Super Bowl 56 tickets cost $2,983 and up.
So not like
5,000, but like the cheapest ticket.
Yeah.
Is $3,000.
Yes.
Hey, don't go to the Super Bowl.
That's in the that's like the worst.
That's like the budget tickets.
Yeah.
Hey, don't go to the Super Bowl. Don't go.
I mean, it's only rich people.
Yeah.
And it's probably people that have connections to get in.
Yeah.
That they got those tickets for free, some through a company or whatever. That's
bullshit.
the only way. I could not imagine how much a box seat would cost.
Probably easily 15.
Yeah, or probably more than that. No, 15 is probably like in the middle.
That's probably true.
It's probably like
$50,000,
$30,000 or something for a box seat.
Wow.
That's one night. The host city has to create a clean zone in a 1 mile radius around the stadium where certain activities are restricted about a week before the game until the Monday or Tuesday after. This basically means that there are
no loitering and shit like that.
No one can go or no one can do anything that the NFL does not approve of inside of that clean zone.
Dude, the suites available to watch the Super Bowl, I believe they start at 156,000 and they end at 1,115,000.
Jesus Christ!
Could you imagine having enough money to drop $1 million
to do one thing?
To go watch the fucking Super Bowl?
Dude, it's only like a few hours.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wild. Anyway.
And then after the game, this is the last thing, which is the most ridiculous. After the game, the host city must remove the entire field. Its own expense. And if the league requests it, it gives those pieces of green back to the NFL so they can sell them as licensed products.
That one, like everything else is shitty, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the NFL isn't really making a profit on it apart from like
the tickets.
And
then
the tickets and the pay-per-view.
I mean, they're making money off like the commercials. They're making money off.
Yeah. But they're not making money from the city apart from like the fucking they have to pay for the hotel thing, the NFL Network thing. You're telling me I have to prep for 2 years ahead of time for you to come to my goddamn city. And I have to do all of this bullshit and spend all of this money to have you come to my fucking city.
You have to beg.
And then at the end, you have to be like, Daddy NFL, please come to my city. And then after that, the NFL...
You had to compete with other cities, Bryan. You had to be picked.
It's insane. And then after that, the NFL has the goddamn audacity to say, hey, you see that field of glass that we all just sprayed in? Rip it up.
And if we want
how much it costs you. And if we want it, I'm going to sell it. And you get fucking nothing. You fucking pathetic little simp for the NFL. You get
city.
Nothing. We're going to sell it.
Now, this is probably back in, I think, 2014.
If I was a person in that board when the NFL is selling me all of this and I read that last request, I would fucking shoot them.
Dude,
that would make me so mad.
This is old, so I don't know if this is still exactly the same to this day.
Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous. But this was probably back in the hype.
Yeah.
The heyday of when the Super Bowl actually mattered.
Probably got worse.
I don't know. I don't have the stats for the Olympics, but I think the Olympics is about as worse as this.
I think that it's worse because they happen every 4 years.
4 years, and then it's
and
like
it's a
they
whole
build
bunch
stadiums
of
that like after with the Olympics they build stadiums that they
For the
never
Olympics.
use afterward.
Yep.
And then they go to waste, and
Yep.
then it's. Oh, I think it was Brazil when they got it.
Brazil, it's abandoned now.
Yeah,
It's fucking ruined.
it was like they like used slum area
Yeah.
that they could have used for home like housing, because they think I guess like they get tourist money from it.
Yeah, they got a shit ton of. These are people that are willing to drop
But I
$1
was
million
like,
per ticket.
but like, could you imagine? I can't imagine a poor country doing all this.
No, it's crazy. They do it at the sacrifice of the lives of people in the country.
Yeah,
It's wild.
Dude,
Wild.
I don't know if it's ever been hosted in Charlotte or not, but I hope not.
I hope not. If the Super Bowl ever gets hosted in Charlotte, I am not leaving my house for like the week prior.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm quarantining. I'm quarantining. Especially with COVID, the Super Bowl in Charlotte with
Dude,
COVID.
even when they host a football game here, the traffic's insane.
The traffic is crazy. The COVID spikes are crazy.
Dude, did you? Oh, I remember we were in Uptown because we did the podcast and we went to Uptown and it was insane how people
And it was only
were
like
acting.
a Bojan. It was like a college football game.
Yeah,
It was like Clemson versus like whatever the fuck.
and
Insane.
it was insane how people were acting, dude. People were like
Acting the fuck out.
Yeah,
They were tailgating
Showing
in
their
parking lots
ass,
of
dude.
other businesses.
This is like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
People are hammered.
Insane.
Yeah.
Fuck the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Thanks for the ads, but I don't want to.
Thanks for the good time it had.
Yeah.
Brief, for that little space and time, but
Thank you for the nationwide ad about a kid that fucking died.
thank you.
Fuck. I guess that about wraps it up for today's episode.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything more in the tank.
Yeah, no. So thank you guys for watching. I do want to say thank you all so much for the support recently. We just cracked 800 subscribers.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think we're at 810 subscribers right now. And the YouTube tournament that we got cracked like 300 views recently.
Jesus. I think last week's podcast actually hit like
500. I think.
500, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is wild. So thank you all so much for the support. I hope that you continue to support us. You can check out the YouTube channel. We post some more stuff alongside the podcast. Like I do film reviews. Tay kind of handles all the PS Insight situation. So if you want to see some more gaming stuff or some more gaming news and film review content, make sure to subscribe and follow us and just do the whole YouTube situation that we all do. And then join the Discord if you want a cool community to talk to. We're there pretty much every single day. And you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Bryan Archilla.
I'm at cyber_calamity.
Cool. And I'm also on Twitch at BryanBrowny. I'm streaming Sifu right now. So
Yeah,
come,
it was
come
really
and watch
good.
us.
It's a really good stream.
Yeah. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys.
Cheers.